youth, arts, culture, Spectrum. Right now on TRAXXfm.
TRAXXfm, 11:15 a.m. on the clock right now. Good morning. This is Trax Momentum, and like I mentioned earlier on, every Tuesday we have Spectrum on Trax. We are also on Facebook Live right now at TRAXXfm Official, so make sure you are following us on there already, so you can check out our special guest for today. He is a stand-up comedian, and we are talking about the local comedy scene, Mr. Rizal van Geyzel. Welcome to the studios of Trax. Good morning.
Thank you, and thank you for getting my name right.
Why?
Because it's such a difficult name for locals to pronounce.
Really?
I've had many variations of my name being pronounced back to me. I've heard Rizal van Geyzel, Rizal van Geyzel. The worst one is Rizal van Geyzel.
Oh.
Geyzel. Yeah, in school I was teased a lot. Hey, Geyzel.
Oh.
It was very weird because they were the teachers.
Okay. Actually, yeah. When my producer sent me this the interview for today, right? I was like, wait, he's got a really interesting name. So, okay, tell us more about your ethnicity lah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Van it comes from my dad. My dad is a descendant of what they call Dutch burgers. Is a real thing. So they're Dutch, but they're not from Holland or Netherlands. They are actually from Sri Lanka. They are from the they're formerly known as Ceylon.
Right.
They lived there for 200 years, and they integrated into the culture that they coined the term Dutch burger. So basically, my ancestors were Ceylonese, they were Indians. They were machas.
They were matchas.
Yeah.
All right. I can't even tell because just now I was asking KG. I said, because in TRAXXfm, right, I have a weird name as well. Because I'm mixed as well.
Oh, okay.
So my name is actually Elspeth Dines.
Oh.
But people call me as Els or Elsa.
Els,
because people cannot pronounce my name correctly.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, just call me Els.
Yeah.
Like Elsa without the A, or just Elsa.
And when you think about it, everyone's kind of mixed, right?
Yeah.
We're all mixed.
We're all mixed.
Of man and woman. And
there we go. We're not even starting the interview yet, and he's already making jokes. But so there we go. It's very interesting. And just now we had a conversation on air, and you mentioned that you're 39.
Yes.
I mean, for those of you on Facebook right now, you can comment and say that he is lying.
What?
You don't even look 39.
I'm 39. I just turned 39 a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Happy belated then.
Thank you.
All right. So anyway, we are talking about the local comedy scene. I've done a quick introduction of you earlier on. So right now, though, what can you tell us more about Rizal van Geyzel and his style of comedy?
Oh, wow. I guess, how do I boil down the quintessential Rizal van Geyzel comedy experience? I guess, well, for one thing, it's, of course, above all, it's funny. It's not always safe. When I say safe, I mean probably within the boundaries of what is considered unsafe by local media.
Yeah.
So I will talk about personal issues. I will talk about things that you normally don't hear strangers talk about. In the beginning, it would feel a little bit uncomfortable, but once the tension is released, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I sound like this now.
No, honestly, I actually have one, because I don't have friends in general, but I have one friend who is a stand-up comedian. Or he's trying to be. I don't know. Probably you know him. He's a radio announcer. He was a radio announcer.
Oh yes, it's Shaz.
Shaz.
Yes, Shaz.
Yes, exactly.
Shaz. I like to think Shaz is the Malaysian Aziz Ansari. Hey man, I'm Shaz.
Yeah, he sounds a bit like this, man.
No. I'm from Sabah, but I'm Indian. How's that work? Yeah.
And the most annoying part is he says, I can't, but dude, I can't. Just say can't. Oh gosh. But so one time I went to his program, right? Shall we say program, a stand-up event. So he was saying this. He was saying, like what you said, right? Pushing the boundaries a little bit with the joke. And I was the only one laughing because I find it funny.
Oh, okay.
When he finished the joke, I was like, ah ha ha. and everyone turned to look at me.
Oh, okay.
And that was the end of my appearance. Like, I don't ever want to go to an event anymore.
Oh, you're a laugher.
Yeah.
You're a laugher. Then you should go to shows.
No.
You know what? That night, those people that turned around and looked at you, they should be taking notes on how to behave in a comedy club. You're not supposed to sit there and just look at the comedian. You're supposed to laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let it out. But I can understand, as comedy is a very new thing. People are getting accustomed to the whole listening to satire, sarcasm, and irony and all that. But it'll take a while, and I'm glad that there are folks like yourself that come out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, do you know how to laugh? I'm a bit awkward right now. If there was a cricket sound right there, perfect moment to
Nice.
use it.
All right, you're getting a front row seat at my show. And you gotta laugh as loud as you do.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah, there's no volume control when I laugh. You can ask everyone.
Awesome. My kind of people.
Yeah. But right, how difficult was it for you to get into the stand-up comedy scene? Because I've done some research on you lah. So yeah, we should say that. And you were kind of dabbling.
She stalked me. That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much a nice way of saying I stalked you.
Yeah, I'm a stalker. But you were kind of dabbling between it. And then last year or the year before, you started doing full-time stand-up comedian.
Okay. So I had a full-time job. I was in corporate world working in hotel marketing.
Oh, wow.
And then there was this open mic night in then the old Zouk in Jalan Ampang. And it was organized by a publication. They made it very popular, even though it was just an open mic night. Usually open mic nights are like the low end of the comedy shows in other countries. But in KL, because it was new and it was run by a publication, they made it very popular. They packed out the room. 200 people attended every show once a month. So I signed up there, and that's when I met all the underground kakis lah. So there was Kavin J, Andrew Neto, Punchi Ho, Kwa Jen Han. They were all there. So I sort of joined their little clique.
Right.
And then we started, becoming comedy friends, comedy nerd friends.
Right.
And then, so we were doing open mic night once a month, and then after that, me and Kavin J took the model from Singapore and started the first weekly open mic. So it was every Tuesday. So we saw a growth from like 5 to 6 people doing open mic until when we started doing a weekly show every Tuesday, it became 20, 30 people wanting to join and do open mic.
Right.
So then it all started there. And then it took me about 3 years of doing the open mics and a lot of failing, I should say a lot of failing, until I was confident enough to take my first paid gig by a corporate company in December 2013. Lucky I got the year right. 2013, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And then right on that same year, I quit my job.
Wait, so when you mean like open mics, you were organizing it or were you joining it already?
So at the first I was just joining as a performer. But once I realized that there was not enough open mics because we only had that one platform once a month, and I realized we needed more. So this is the common thing for any scene that's coming up. The performers have to create their scene. They have to create the industry because no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to perform somewhere and I needed a stage, I had to facilitate. I had to find a venue, talk to the owner, and then run the show, check the technical, the sound system, the lighting, and then get the comedians together, and then marketing, help promote, get people to come buy tickets, and then run the show, host the show. So you kind of have to be hands-on.
Yeah. So you were in charge of everything.
Me and the other comics, we had to sort of speak, get our hands dirty lah. We had to roll up our sleeves and do more than just get up on stage and tell jokes. We had to do it. I think it's a good lesson. Then we sort of grasp the whole idea of what we're doing as a whole. We not just have to become, but that's stand-up comedy. It might just look like one person talking, but it's everything. The comedian is the writer, he's the producer, he's the director, he's the technical guy, and he's doing it all at once.
Wow, I have no idea this went down behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going down in the underground. A lot.
Cool, that's really cool. Inspiring actually, because you had to take on so many roles, like the technical issues, everything.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were just invited, and then you just, like what you said, lah. Because for me, I don't know anything about what you guys do. Like I honestly just think, okay. So Rizal, can you come over and tell a joke or something like that? And yeah.
Thanks for not doing that, by the way.
Oh yeah, no.
No, I mean, yeah, like I said, we have to create our own scene, and that's probably what drove me to start Malaysia's first full-time comedy club, the Crack House Comedy Club, which is in Taman Tun, Dr. Ismail.
Oh,
and we've been around for
that.
we've been around for 8 years now.
What?
8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Check his t-shirt out on Facebook. Yeah, there we go. Crack House Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Amazing. So before we take a quick break, is stand-up comedy solely effective in a club setting, or are there other options for a comedian? So for me, right, I have been to wedding receptions before where they invited comedians to like tell jokes on the stage and stuff like that. So I've not only been to Shaz's one event, but a wedding event where they were telling.
How did that go?
I was the only one laughing
again.
Yeah.
What is with everybody?
I don't know.
I mean,
for the wedding, probably it's because everyone's busy eating.
Okay, so I will tell you that stand-up comedy can work in any avenue as long as there are the people watching are living, breathing, and can speak the language. It can work. It honestly is the most minimal tech requirement of all the performing arts. Unlike musicians or dancers or magicians where they have to have pyro, lighting, and this one. Comedy is the most basic. All you need is working sound, adequate lighting, and human bodies sitting in front of you.
Right.
However, there are certain shows that provide the elements go against a comedian. A corporate show, a company dinner, a wedding. These are tough because they are not there to watch you. You see, come to a comedy club, right? The people bought ticket to sit down and watch comedy, to watch you. Okay, so they are there, they're game for anything. But when you are going to a company event or somebody's wedding, you are going to them. So it's a whole different skill set needed and a whole lot of experience.
Yeah. So have you ever done like a wedding event?
Of course. I mean that's my rice bowl.
Really?
My rice bowl. But I have a condition for taking on weddings.
Oh, okay.
I only do Indian and Punjabi weddings.
Okay,
because
why?
They are the most fun.
Oh.
They're the most receptive to having a comedian come and tell jokes at their formal family gathering. Not that I'm putting down on the other cultures. It's just that maybe it's not in their custom to have a stranger come out and just tell you some jokes.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah,
who are you?
Exactly.
Whereas the Indians and the Punjabi community, they are very open-minded. They love to have fun. Also, there are a lot of elements there that make them a bit loose, which I'm not going to say on right here.
Right,
but
we know.
It works. It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We'll be taking a quick break right now. We are also on Facebook Live at TRAXXfm Official. Leave your comments down below if you have any questions for Rizal. And we'll be back after this song break.
Fancy a fresh cup of tea and scones?
Then head on to Cameron Highlands.
TRAXXfm 101.1.
Direct to your home, in the car, or at work with 50,000 watts of power and no satellite dish required.
11:30 on the clock right now. Good morning. Welcome back to Trax Momentum. It is Spectrum on Trax. We have Mr. Rizal van Geyzel talking about local comedy scene. And all right, just a second, okay, Rizal. So I'm looking at the Facebook Live comment. We've got Patricia saying good morning to you.
Morning.
And this one, Joe Bebbing asks, does Mr. Rizal also watch other stand-up comedian show just like Jokoy, the Filipino-American stand-up comedian?
I see. Well, the thing is, if I am a performer, I do comedy for a living, and I have to be careful on whose comedy I watch.
All right.
Because if the comedian I'm watching has the same style as me, I tend to emulate that comedian, and then that makes me less authentic on my own show. So when I watch a comedy show, I have to be quite selective. I have to make sure that comedian carries a totally different style than mine that I can enjoy. Because I want to watch comedy and release tension too. I got stress as well, man.
Yeah.
I'm making fun. I'm making people really. I also got stress. I got people not laughing at my show. That stresses me out.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So I need an avenue too, and I like comedy. So I watch usually, I guess the ones that are opposite of my style are the deadpan, one-liner, a dry style of comedy. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that because it's a technique that I don't have. My technique is more like, I think I like the hyperactive, very sort of like a happy-go-lucky kind of comic, you know. But yeah, that's sort of my rule on watching comedy. If you're gonna do comedy, you shouldn't watch so much. You should do it. Yeah, but if you're
Cool. Also saying morning to everyone on Facebook Live. Everyone is saying good morning to you, and
they're really surprised to see that how you guys got a comedian out of bed before 12.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I read that on your profile too. Someone says Rizal's name is like our Philippines national hero, Jose P. Rizal.
Jose
okay.
Rizal.
Okay.
Yes.
You know so many
Yes,
things.
he's actually my father named me after the Filipino freedom fighter Jose Rizal,
cool.
who fought against the Spanish Inquisitions, against oppression from the Spanish colonists.
Wow.
Colonists, the evils of the West.
So you are literally like the version beauty with brains.
What?
Yeah. How to say for a male, right? For females, like you're a beauty with brains, right?
Oh.
So you are
I see.
the male version lah. I don't know how to say.
That's a nice way of saying that. I'm ugly.
No. I'm saying you're a beauty with brains, so you're beautiful, Rizal.
Oh, I see. Oh, thank you so much.
Okay. I think I was first introduced to stand-up comedy when I was I want to say like 15, 16-ish. Okay, and the first ever comedian that I watched was Russell Peters.
Of course.
Oh, really?
I think that Russell is like everybody's gateway into comedy. He honestly, a lot of us wouldn't be doing what we do if not for Russell. Russell opened up the avenue for Asian comedians to come up and talk about, Asian life.
Right.
He was the first. He broke it. Everyone, when you talk about stand-up comedy, it's always the same. Black, white, sometimes Latino. Black, white, sometimes Latino. It's always those spectrums.
Right.
Nobody came up and spoke about Indians or Chinese. And when he did it, it was so fresh. So he really did open up all the doors. Not just Malaysia, the entire continent.
Right.
He boomed. The stand-up comedy scene boomed because of Russell Peters. No doubt. No doubt.
Wow, okay. I'm amazed because I think I first watched him, and then I think KG introduced me to Trevor Noah. Is he a stand-up? Yeah,
oh,
he
yes.
is, right?
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I think I've seen like probably just one video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like Russell's stuff is more relatable, so I laugh at that. But anyway, so we're coming back to the interview questions now. How has the pandemic influenced or changed the local comedy scene? Because I think we can't. You guys did not have the opportunity for the past 2 years, right? Because everything is shut down and stuff like that. So, how has that influenced or changed the local comedy scene?
I guess this answer I can answer from two different perspectives. As a performer and as a business owner running a comedy club. Okay. As a performer, we had to adapt to the whole virtual hybrid thing.
Oh, okay. So you did have the online thing.
Online shows. Shows. Which contrary to the belief, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Comedians hated it. I really enjoy it. Because I think the only thing that is being sacrificed at the online show is the sound of laughter, which mostly benefits us, the comedian. Whereas the audience, you all are still watching the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And think about it. Like, I get to perform my jokes without any interruption. Wow. I don't have to worry about the bartender making noise. I don't have to worry about the light not working properly. If somebody's heckling, mute button, cannot hear you, sorry. Fantastic, right? That's awesome. So that's one thing that we all had to. We all had to up our tech game.
Of course.
I had to start learning about webcams, about HD, all these gadgets that I never paid attention to before. That was, as a business owner, obviously ticket sales was no longer our main revenue stream. It was no longer a possibility to make that our full revenue. So we had to pivot to something else. Either it was get on the whole hybrid virtual thing with cameras and sound and all that, or F&B, which we went for. We went with the F&B choice.
Okay, what's F&B?
F&B, food and beverage.
Oh, food and beverage. I thought FMB, FM. I'm like,
sorry,
FM?
I know. I talk very fast. No. So we instead of before where we would make 80% of our income from ticket sales, we now make 50% of our income from food and beverage, and 50% from ticket sales.
Right. Yeah. How does that work?
So the comedy club I run, Crack House, we had to revamp our kitchen, invest in a pizza oven, a pizza mixer, and I also had to undergo 3 months of intense research and development, which is just a fancy way of saying watching a lot of YouTube videos and learning how to make our own pizzas. We make our own dough, we make our own sauce, we marinate our own meat, except our cheese. We don't make our own cheese because we don't own a cow. That was, I guess, the things, the dynamics that happened because of COVID, right?
So how optimistic are you about the future of stand-up comedy? Because now things are starting to get back to normal.
I always believe that comedy has a culture here. Although stand-up is very new, but I believe that comedy is embedded within Malaysians. We are naturally inclined to be funny, to have a banter. You know what I mean? Conversations at mama. You know what I mean? It's normal. But whether it's, the whole culture of buying ticket and seeing and listening to a stranger say funny things about growing up poor or growing up in a broken family. This is something that Malaysians have to get used to. Because we are not so used to people to, why you talk about your family?
Why so personal?
Why so personal? But it's okay. You have to understand, the laughter you give is the therapy for the comedian. So that is the part that we have to. And I think there's always a bright future in comedy in Malaysia. There is. It's just whether or not the people, the gatekeepers of the mainstream media, whether they are willing to take the risk or not to put us to give us the platform. But right now, I mean, given the world we live in with YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, we can put all our content online.
Exactly.
And we've seen a surge of comedians come up from, Douglas and Jason. They've really made a name for themselves by providing their own platform, YouTube, right? Or Instagram,
TikTok and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. And just now you mentioned that you kind of started this whole thing 2013, right?
Well, I started comedy as a full-time profession in 2013. I was already doing the open mic nights back in 2009.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you see what has been the greatest difference? Has it been improving throughout the years? Because it's been such a long time. 2013, now it's 2022. How's the difference like? Is it improving?
Oh, of course. With time, if you do things frequently in time, it will improve. And it has. Improved in sense of how we run the shows. So before, man, we were very chinchai,
Oh, really?
The open mic night was so chinchai. We didn't know that, one comedian should only do 3 minutes. We just let the guy go for 10 minutes. The show was so draggy. You know what I mean? We didn't know how to entice people to sit in the front row. I mean, we were telling, please sit in the front row, but we didn't know how to really entice them. It took us a while, we had to sort of develop all these social skills and all that to talk to our punters. So there are a lot of elements that has improved in terms of the show running, and also the audience as well, their general understanding and accepting of stand-up comedy as an alternative art form, instead of going to watch live bands or poetry night. Oh god.
Poetry night? I've never even heard of poetry night.
That is great. That's good, because you are doing very well in your life. That's why you haven't heard of a poetry night.
I don't.
Support all live shows.
Wait, hold on. What's the there we go. There he is, Mr. Rizal. But okay, before we take a quick break and let you laugh it off, what type of comedy are Malaysians most fond of? In your experience,
okay. I can see where this question is going, and I would like to give you the most honest answer.
Okay.
After now that I have performed in front of a white audience, a brown and yellow audience all over the world. There is some commonalities, yes.
Yeah, of course.
One thing, Malaysians are not so keen on taboo topics.
Like racial.
Oh, no, not racial. I'm talking about religion.
Oh, okay.
Religion's a little bit taboo. Racial, they love it. Honestly, this is not a Malaysian thing. This is a worldwide thing, universal thing.
All right.
I've gigged in Australia in front of the Australian crowd and in front of a UK crowd at the Manchester Comedy Store. They lap up race topics, especially when you are of an ethnic background. You have permission to do it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So that is one thing. The race topics they love, the risque or the lewd topics.
Okay.
Oh, they love that.
Oh, really?
They love the risque,
Nice
lewd topics. Yeah, especially the aunties. You know. Oh my God, these aunties, they have a really dirty sense of humor.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah. You should get in my head then. All right. Okay. Anyway, we'll be taking a short break right now. We are also on Facebook Live at TRAXXfm Official. We'll come back right after this song break.
See bees at work and bring back fresh durians from Desaru Fruit Farm in Bukit Tinggi, Johor. 92.9 TRAXXfm.
The big kicker started again. It looks dangerous to me in third.
Youth. Arts. Culture.
Spectrum. Youth, arts, culture. Every Tuesdays, 11:50 a.m., bringing you current issues, tips, insights, and more. Only on TRAXXfm.
Keep the fire burning.
You got it locked on the best radio station.
TRAXXfm.
11:45 a.m. on the clock right now. Big hello to Sweet Mary. Yo, Rizal, she says.
Hey, what's up, Sweet Mary?
Why is that awkward laugh? All right. Anyway, we've been talking a lot about the local comedy scene and all that, but right now we want to ask more about you. Rizal Van Geyzel 2.0 lah. Okay, not your personality, but you as a real person.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So how might a budding stand-up comedian publicize his act? So how do you normally publicize besides social media and stuff like that?
I say first get good at the art form lah. Get good at the craft first.
Okay.
Become good before you put your stuff out there. And make sure you know your capabilities and work with time. Time is everything in comedy. Timing is everything. So usually first timers, they start out, we give them 3 minutes.
Oh.
That's it. It might not sound very long, but let me tell you, it can be the longest 3 minutes of your life, you know.
Wow. You mean like for very bad comedians, right?
I'm refraining from making the joke.
No. You have to, in layman terms.
Okay.
In layman terms, I don't understand.
So then from 3 minutes, you work it up to 5 minutes.
Right.
And then 5 minutes, you work it up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you work it up to 15 to 20 minutes. Until you have a strong set, I wouldn't suggest you start publicizing yet, because you don't want to detriment the whole art form of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Because this is the curse of being a comedian, is that any bad show, another comedian shows, if he does a bad show, the audience watching that show will never watch another comedy show ever again. Whereas unless if you went to a music show and maybe the musicians had a bad day and they were not playing well, you will still not stop, right? You will still go. You will just accept the fact, oh, this musician had a bad time. If you watch a football game and your football team loses, you will there, I give up on football. No more football. Never such a thing.
Yeah.
You will still watch.
Yeah.
But when you watch a comedy show and the comedian is not doing their job, or the show is really bad, those audience there will never give their chance to comedy ever again. So it's very, very harsh. So whoever is starting up, I would say get good at it. Get really good at it until nobody can ignore you anymore. Until you are so funny, people will book you. Whether it's company dinners or weddings or even a comedy club show or comedy runners, they will book you. And once you start seeing the demand, once you start seeing people are really think I'm funny and they're booking me, then you have worthy material to record and put online.
There we go. So that's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, I see the tears right there. But just now you mentioned some stuff to avoid, right? If you're a stand-up comedian, you should avoid like those some topics. But what else should you avoid, as a stand-up comedian? Not only about the topic, can be anything.
Avoid doing hacky internet jokes. Please don't do jokes that your mother WhatsApped you in the morning on the WhatsApp group. Don't do jokes that people forward in emails.
You mean like viral? Oh.
Yeah. Or you know what I mean? Stories that people forwarded you. Listen to this, it's funny. Don't go up there and do it because people want a real experience.
Yeah.
People want authenticity. People want to see a genuine person talking, with everything that he or she has.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Don't do hack. Don't listen to another comedian and think, oh, that's funny, I'll use it on my show. No. That's a big no-no.
It's all original materials.
Yeah. And stick to your time. Don't ever go over time, because the more time you are on stage, the more time you're taking away from another comedian, and you're making the show very draggy, and you want people to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. And okay, this is more of a personal question from me lah. See, I haven't asked the question and I'm laughing already. Do you like dad jokes?
Do I like dad jokes?
Yeah.
I like jokes. So it doesn't matter if it's dad or mom or kids. I like, and yeah. I mean, I get. I think what you're asking if I like lame jokes, which I do. I do. I'm a. Like me, like when it comes to music, we all have our guilty pleasures. I mean? Like, I like to think like I'm a big blues fan. I like 70s rock and blues. But actually, sometimes in my car, I will jam out a bit of Spice Girls. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be my, it's all guilty pleasures, right? We all do it. Okay, don't judge me. You're looking at me like judging me. Don't judge me. Okay? Yeah. So it comes to comedy, I also have my guilty pleasures.
Okay.
So yes, I do enjoy the occasional lame dad joke.
All right. So because I think KG and everyone else in TRAXXfm knows me as the queen of dad jokes. I almost said lame jokes. Okay.
Hey.
But I want to ask you this, okay, right before we end the interview. What do you call Santa Claus who stops moving?
What do you call Santa Claus who stops?
Santa Paws.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh,
look,
okay.
that's only. You see, that's why it's so lame that people laugh at me, and I find these jokes hilarious.
That wasn't too bad. I would give that but 2 out of 10.
Oh,
I said 2 out of 10.
All right. Okay. Then what's your dad joke? Do you have a dad joke in mind?
Putting me on the spot.
Because I do have another one. How does a cow laugh?
How does a cow laugh?
Muahahaha.
Why did I ask? Oh, God.
KG, I made him not talk. Wow.
Yeah. You got me to stop talking.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. But okay, you know what? Enough of my lameness. So you'll be performing at a comedy gig soon, which you mentioned off air just now. So right now, I want you to tell us more about that and what your audience may expect from you. Because you mentioned about the opening and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, so what can we expect from your show?
So my show is happening on the 27th and 28th of May at the PJ Pack at One Utama. Tickets are available at onetix.com.my. The title of the show is controversial that apparently I cannot say on air, but you can expect it to be of that nature.
Right.
Mildly controversial, just mildly. I mean, think about it lah. It's controversy here, but if I did it in another country, they would be like, "What's so controversial about it?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Understand?
here is mildly controversial,
right?
Which means that my comedy is not 100% safe and family friendly.
Right.
It's gonna provoke you a little bit,
okay,
but in a good way.
Yeah.
That you will leave thinking about something. It's not just gonna be like ha 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 ha, good show, go home and carry on. You're gonna question a few things.
So it's educational.
Yeah,
content.
well, I hope so. I mean, any performer would hope that their audience would leave
Learning
with something. They learned something from that show.
Right.
And I guess my 1 hour special will be sort of the summary of my 8 years of doing comedy as a full-time profession, running a comedy club for 8 years and performing in various different countries in front of many different types of audiences. So I'm very happy to share the story of the things that I've seen within this 1 hour special.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, definitely check that out if you're interested. If you missed out that one, you can head on over to our Facebook Live and pause at that section where what he just mentioned. But yeah, before we let you go for today, is there anything else you would like to say to our listeners? Mr. Rizal.
Yes, please go out and support live entertainment in general, not just comedy. You please go and watch a live band, buy a ticket, go and listen to a sessionist, go and listen to storytelling. But forget poetry. But everything else is all game. Go for it, really, because performers need to feed their souls and their children as well.
Yeah.
You know, so support everyone.
Yeah, support everyone except poetry. Yes, let's go, guys. All right, thank you so much, Rizal, for being here today. All right, okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
We will be back next week for more topics, issues, tips, and insights. Spectrum, youth, arts, culture. Only on TRAXXfm.
Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to Trax Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on Trax on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guest on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. Trax Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on TRAXXfm.